What's up, guys? It's Loyalty Hunted here now. Today I've got something really different for you. The gameplay you're going to see is going to be me using my favorite SMG class. It's my favorite gun class. I basically run stealth perks with some toughness and whatnot, and I run a silencer on a PDW. It's going to be a decent enough gameplay, you'll see it. But today we're going to talk about how people cope with and what causes loneliness and isolation, those feelings that no one really likes. So, I got this idea while talking to some guys in a group chat, and, well, people don't understand how to cope with their own emotions. To put it quite simply, the feelings that we have are literally just chemical reactions. But that doesn't matter because they feel like something to people. What's really important here is people have a tendency not to accept what is. They always want to go back to what was. I think the terminology that I've used before is that people like to jump at shadows like cats. It's not that they don't want something new, it's that they want what was old more. They want to have back what they have lost. And that's not a healthy way to think. I'm sure almost everyone here, their parents have told you to live in the present. Well, it's true, you should. Live in the present, maybe even plan for the future. Definitely don't live in the past. But there is a chemical reaction. It causes you to feel sad because it's an evolutionary advantage to be part of a social structure. Human beings are made as pack animals, really. And we are also made... We aren't actually made to mate for life, but we are made to mate for extended periods of time. Technically, biologically, humans should be polyamorous, but that's not the important part here. Human beings, when we lose someone that we know in an intimate way, it feels the same as physical pain because it's sent and signals to the same receptors in your brain. They're in the frontal lobe of your brain. That's why in the Great Depression, people would actually drive ice picks up into their frontal lobes so they would stop feeling depression, sadness, what have you. Emotional pain, though, feels exactly the same as real pain to people. Some would even argue that it's worse, and 70% of people would prefer physical pain to emotional pain. Yeah. But human beings aren't made to accept that, and we are very enduring creatures. So, if you're watching this commentary, which I am sure you will, as I'm going to link it to you, more than likely, you, the person who I was talking to the other day, you gotta move on, dude. People leave your life, and sometimes it's not even really for bad reasons. Sometimes it's just the way the world is. And when they leave, you should say goodbye, but you shouldn't say goodbye forever. You should say goodbye and tell them that your doors are open into them, if they ever reappear. Assuming it's someone you want to come back. If it's not, I would still recommend you do, because all people have something useful. That person may one day help you greatly. But not everyone's going to agree with that opinion. But what you should do is you should look at your options. You have a lot of them. It may feel like you only have one or two, but you always have options. Don't forget that. Anyway. Really, when you think about it, it's not that different than a video game life. You do X, one of the possible Y results happens. I mean, like, right there. If I had chosen to flank that guy instead of doing that and challenging, I might have survived. Same there. It's the same as any other thing in life. You take the risks to get the rewards. And in particular, risk is very prevalent in society now. If you make a connection with someone in any way, then you are very much risking that one day you'll lose it. The question there is it worth the risk? I think so. You'll have to make all those decisions yourself. But if they, or it even, is something that really, really matters to you, why would you ever give up? And if there's no way that you can make things work out, why would you ever waste the time trying? It's better to accept what is and try and move towards something that might be than to mourn that which can no longer be. I'm sure that's a quote from somewhere, but I don't know. Just kind of popped into my head. But that brings up another question. Is it better to go after everything and lose some things? Or is it better to calculate and to only go after that which you know you can attain? I would argue there's a decent enough argument for each side, but I think the first is better. Just, if you only go after every 20th option, your chances of success are just so much lower. If you go after every option with everything you have in any facet of life, I have a feeling that you're going to have much higher success, a much higher success rate. Let me rephrase that. Your success rate will not be higher, but the number of times you succeed will be. That's all I have for you today. I might continue this later.